Guys, I've been working on something pretty epic. It's not been a complete secret because I think a lot of y'all know I've been building a house, but we're actually gonna try to integrate the back row driver garage straight into my house now. I've built a massive 2-story garage. We're gonna use the bottom for mostly YouTube, and today I wanna show you that. But the most ridiculous thing about this garage is the view, and I'm not gonna make you wait. Let's just look at the view. This is the view of the Tennessee River right out the back of our new garage, and I'm going to show you kind of all the details while it's still under construction. You can see obviously this is the bottom level. My wife's garage and the main garage for the house is up here. You enter it from the front, you come around a road right over here and down to this humongous pad right in front of the new lower garage for the house, which we hope to move everything to if we can make it all work out. And I'll tell you why it might not fully work out here in just a second. Let's go inside and take a look. Before we run in, let me show you everything you see in gravel. We hope to get approval from our HOA to be able to put all this in concrete. It will double as a basketball goal for my son that'll be up here on this brick wall. But yeah, we've got a little road that comes down beside the house. We are in a neighborhood, a development. It's not like we're out on, you know, a big farm somewhere and can just run roads anywhere we want. We're having to deal with property lines and work hard to get it all in here. But we'll do our reviews and we'll do our filming right here with that in the background. And I know that may not matter and you may not think about that as someone who watches content, but if you're someone who makes content, you'll realize how hard it is to get an environment that is quiet, scenic, and controllable. We don't have cars blowing by and motors starting up every 5 minutes. So we do have a man door. We've got a big 20-foot wide garage door, 8 foot tall, so we can get just about anything in here we would need. In the garage, there's a lot going on here, and there's still a lot to be determined. There's a lot in flux. We do have our own breaker box, so we'll be able to expand and put anything in here we need, but we're already pre-wired up for a welder and a lift and all the receptacles we would ever need around the outer perimeter. We've got a bunch of storage in here I'm going to show you, and even more storage back here. We did go with a pretty high output light. We've got a between a 12.5 and a 13-foot ceiling. Concrete falls as it comes towards the front of the garage here. Guys, this is probably a little bit bigger than what I currently have at our off-site garage. The biggest difference is in our current garage, we don't have a storage room at all. So every bit of our storage is in shelves along the walls. And on our current garage, it's kind of the same size, but we've got our doors on the opposite side. So like 1, 2, 3, instead in this garage, it's all down on one end. And you would say, well, that probably makes it more inconvenient. In one way, yes, because you can't just pull up to a bay door, back out and leave with a car. But the problem with that is that's 30 minutes away from my house. And right now, my house and where I live is like right there and right here. So this is more convenient to be able to run down to the garage, jump in a car, do a video, or just drive the cars that we build and work on, because that's the fun in this. That's why we do YouTube. And right now, it's a real pain in the butt if you're going the opposite direction to drive, you know, north 30 minutes to get a car. This storage room right here is underneath the front porch, and it will actually have, so it's got really good lights. We'll have shelving all the way down this wall and then into that other little small room at the end. And we've offset our lights so that they're not dead in the center. They're kind of over to the right, and that'll help light these shelves where we'll have all our stuff. So what this room will do is it will eat up all of the parts and all the stuff we've got to work with. Not necessarily the tools, but all the parts that we store. And this will allow us to have an empty garage, which in essence gives us more room in the garage to actually do videos, have tools, work on stuff. And I'm going to tell you a caveat about something here in just a second that's got to go on this side of the garage, because this is dual purpose. It is at my house. This is another storage room. I know you guys are getting jealous. You've got your own garage. We will probably build in custom shelving here along this wall. Have a lot of storage here, and then over here it's even bigger. So have a built-in shelf here. That's kind of like a walk-in side of shelf. So obviously big ceiling. I think it's 10 foot in this section. This goes into the house. Do have a couple steps here to get down into this garage to get this ceiling height to be 12.5, 13 feet to make it work for a lift. We had to make it step down into this section. The caveat is I've got 2 kids. They're pretty good at ball, baseball and softball. Obviously basketball court outside, but I can't hardly tell them no on a batting cage. So that complicates the dual use of this for a batting cage and for YouTube. Teams they play on right now have indoor facilities about an hour away from us, maybe 45 to an hour. In those facilities, there's cages that mount on 3 cables, and you can actually drag the cage out and shove the cage back. That way they can practice in the whole facility like an infield. So here, we're gonna try to see if we can get a cage in this half that can be pushed back, and it would be completely out of the way. The problem being, you gotta have some type of carpet or turf underneath that batting cage when you're hitting balls. And that, you know, carpet or turf doesn't go well with car tires. So we gotta figure out how to make all of that work so that we can dual use this. But guys, I wanna pan out here, and I don't wanna understate how big of a deal this is. This is a huge pad of concrete with a crazy view. And yes, you're gonna hear some boat motors, you'll hear a weed eater off in the distance and a little bit of house construction somewhere, but it's not like where we film now, or where most people have to film, where your commercial buildings are all near a road and you're having to hear traffic go by pretty loud. You got a motorcycle, then you got something with a muffler torn off, or you know, just a lot of those things to consider. We will have a staircase coming down here to get to the backyard, so it's gonna block a little bit of that view from here, but that's a big stone wall. So it's gonna kind of give us a dedicated area to be able to film, do reviews, do fun car stuff. Obviously, we'll do a lot of work in here. We'll have our own setup. We'll have a good controlled environment. And that's probably what I'm most excited about, is the controlled environment that we're gonna be able to have for this place. You could tell, you know, that's an F-250 lifted, and this pad just swallows it up. It's ginormous back here. So a couple things from you guys. To make our journey on YouTube be able to continue, I need you guys to hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe. And I know you get asked that every freaking time you watch a video, but it matters so much, because the bigger that number gets, the more sponsorship money we can actually pull in to allow us to do crazier and crazier videos and to buy more and more stuff that you guys want to see here on the channel. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you want me to keep going with garage updates as we paint and do all the things to outfit that, let me know down in the comments. And appreciate you guys getting up and watching this with me. It's early on a Saturday. Tried to get up here before workers got here, but they beat me because I slept in just a little bit. Guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.